Hello, and welcome back to this Trails into Reverie Let's Play with me, SLJ RPG. In the last episode, we did a little story of the Bright family
Slab of Reminiscence activated. The
Bright family coming together, a look on the bright side. Today, we're going to do one step forward in our continuation of the Slab of Reminiscence. So, without any further ado, let's see what this is all about. Could be a small one, could be a long one. I have no idea. It seems to be early March 1207 of the Septian calendar. It seems to follow Aurelia, Wallace, Makarov, and... oh god, what's her name? My brain's completely blanking. May? After commencing the Weissland army in the war, the one-time head of Lemaire's forces was set to remain principal at Thor's branch campus. To that end, she found herself poring over reams of paperwork. Thor's branch campus, principal's office. There, I suppose it's time for a break. When I first took this position, I never thought I'd stick with it. But thinking about changing the landscape of the continent, there's great significance being behind staying here. I never planned on going back to the provincial army anyway. I need to put all of my being into being the principal, for Lady Muldean as well. Re-evaluating the structure of Thor's main campus and the revival of club activities. The main campus is going to see major changes and the branch campus is going to expand. The main campus is going to see major changes and the branch campus is going to expand in scope. In addition to reshuffling of the teaching staff, more hands will be brought on board, and the number of students will increase significantly and greatly, of course. For now, it looks like I'll be in charge of the arts. Instructor Mary, that's it, and I will have to coordinate just when it comes to classes, but not just when it comes to classes, but clubs as well. If I remember correctly, she's currently back home taking some time off. I remember when she came to talk to me about her romantic woes. I was at the farewell party tonight, before the Battle of Jormungandr, and I believe Wallace was there as well. Speak of the devil? It's me. What is it? I see. Understood. Well now, this should be fun. Here we are. Count Alfheim's residence, St. Ark, the old capital. There you are, Mary. I'm sorry for asking you here during such a busy time of the school year. I've even caused you to use up some of your valuable vacation time. It's perfectly alright. I managed to finish everything I needed to anyway. I'm thankful for the opportunity to take a break and come home for once. So what is it you wanted to speak to me about, Father? Well, you see, I'm happy your career is going so well. However, I suppose there's no sense in beating around the bush. What exactly is the status of your relationship with that man? Do you mean Markov? Yes, him. That scruffy-looking commoner with no sense for the fine arts. I learned you two had been seeing each other for over a year, the night before the Great War started. It was just a phone call, but I could tell from speaking with him that night he's a strong-willed sort of man. He's even Professor Smith's second disciple. However, what exactly has he done in the half year since? He's still yet to give you a formal proposal or buy you a ring. Yes, but I thought you accepted his explanation when we came to visit. You mean after the war? To be frank, I gave him a southern accent as well. Shit. I'm gonna change it. To be frank, Professor Smith still has yet to recognize any of the results I've produced thus far. Until that happens, I won't feel as though I've earned my keep as a professional researcher, still coming out slightly Southern American. Once I've accomplished that, then and only then will I be ready to settle down with Mary. So please, I ask that you remain patient for a little while. I just need a little bit more time. His words were quite impactful, but they lacked convincing. To make matters worse, I haven't heard a single word from him since. Just what are these results he spoke of? Isn't he an instructor first and foremost, like yourself? I assure you, he has his reasons, even if you of all people find that hard to believe. Enough, I'd rather move on from discussing him. I summoned you here today to talk about something else entirely. You have a marriage interview coming soon, Mary. Pardon? What in the world are you talking about? I respect the feelings you hold for that man. However, I cannot tell you how unsatisfied with his hastiness he has left you. You say that he has his reasons, but not even you understand what results he's been searching for, do you? No, not specifically. But he still has my support regardless. That may be, but I can't simply stand by and let you wallow in suspense like this. As for the interview, someone very respected is willing to arrange this meeting. You reflect poorly on our house should you refuse to go through with it now. It's scheduled for tomorrow. I can expect you to be there, yes? This is all so sudden. You put me in a position where I can't refuse. Let me be clear. I'm not forcing you to marry this person. I simply want you to keep your options open. 1 second, guys. Apologies, I just had to deal with that rowdy pug, but there we go. I simply want you to keep your options open. As they say, experience is everything in life. As for who your suitor is, I'll leave that as a surprise. His character is even higher than his social standing, I assure you. That is all. I suggest you get a good night's rest ahead of tomorrow. Father, we are not done talk. I said that is all. Fine. Please excuse me. Such is the drama between nobles and old commoners. Daydream, one step forward. That night. She ringing Aurelia. So that's what this is all about. It's my fault that it's come to this. He shouldn't be speaking like this. He smokes cigarettes all the fucking time. Please don't blame yourself. I'll be fine. My father said he wasn't going to force anything on me, so you should still accept and respect my decision. Really? Well, that's a relief at least. So does that mean you were at least a little bit concerned about losing me? A little, more like absolute panic. Still, you wouldn't have to go through with this if I were just a little bit more reliable. That's not how I see you at all. You're working as hard as you can. That's something to be admired. No, getting these results for the old man is just a matter of pride. I'm not gonna be the man I ought to be until the job is done. They say I'm that stubborn old goat's second disciple, but I left the Institute without presenting a capstone project. Just look at everything George and Teeter have already accomplished at their ages. Compared to them, I'm pathetic. Markov. So, what, you happen to be at the branch campus research building again today? Yeah, Heinkel Heap is here. That's what makes for the perfect testing ground. The main campus is no slouch, but this is sort of the professor's home turf. I suppose it would be. Take the details of your project is still confidential, then. Sorry about that. It's all gotta stay under wraps until it's complete. I promise you'll be the first one to know once the old man's satisfied. Once that's done, I'll be paying your father a visit. You don't have to worry about that. My father may be impatient, but I'm in no rush. Take your time. It's getting late. I should go. Please try not to push yourself too hard, Markov. I won't. I've only got class tomorrow, so I was thinking of pulling an all-nighter. But just for you, I'll take it easy. Talk to you soon. He's neck deep in his research as ever. Markov tries to hide it, but I can tell how concerned he is about me. It would be selfish to ask for more than that. But for once I wish he'd say he was going to come rushing to my side. No, only go show how much faith he has in me. Need to show him the same faith. I'll have to politely turn down whatever suitor father has arranged for tomorrow.
Do you reckon it's going to be Wallace? That's my...
And so the day of the arranged marriage meeting arrived. Much to everyone's surprise, the mediator for the said event was none other than the ruler of Sutherland Province, Marquis Hyams. However, the arranged partner Mary was to meet came as an even greater surprise.
It's going to be fucking Patrick.
Oh, it is. It's Wallace. Brigadier General Wallace. Excuse me, you were recently promoted to Major General, as I recall.
That's fine, I wasn't expecting you to call me by rank anyway. I believe last time we saw each other was in the evening before the Great War.
I believe so. It's good to see you again. But hasn't there been some sort of mistake, has there?
Don't be rude, Mary. Please forgive my daughter, for the daughter's behavior, your lordship, Major General.
It's alright, it's a surprise is understandable. Major General Bardas has quite the reputation in Sutherland, but he's hardly known as a ladies' man. He's been approached by potential partners for marriage before, but he's never accepted even once.
It's, as the Marquis says, my first time meeting with a partner for an arranged marriage. It's because I've never felt anything towards a potential suitress until now. Though I have only met Lady Mary once before, become somewhat of a secret admirer of hers. What sort of man would I be if I let an opportunity like this pass me by? I had to accept.
You feel that way about me, Lord Wallace?
Well, then, I was happy for that my daughter won a favor of a man such as yourself.
Father, if I recall speaking to Lord Wallace and Lady Aurelia about my romantic troubles the night of the party, you should know how I feel, so why is he doing this?
In that case, I imagine things could go quite smoothly. So it seems. False a crowd, wouldn't you say? Why don't we give them some privacy? Take as long as you need you to. House Athium and House Bardas are among the most distinguished families in Sutherland. It's my pleasure to serve as mediator. I'm expecting good news. I'll do what I can.
He was there, of course. Or was Aurelia gonna fucking chew him out? Because is he dating Aurelia? I don't know.
St. Arc truly is a wonderful and charming city, don't you think? Before it was the chalk color it is today, it was the shining white beacon that served as the capital following the calamity of the Dark Ages. Once peace returned, it became the home of Erebonia's renaissance of the fine arts.
Correct, it's said that Sutherland's warmer climate played a hand in sparking people's interest and desire for the arts. That's how Athium came to own several works of art from the era of the old capital. What about your house, Lord Wallace?
House Bardas planted its roots in Erebonia after the War of the Lions, so it has a lot of heirlooms from that era. I've always been fonder of paintings and music, personally. It's part of what draws me to you as a teacher of the arts.
You don't say. That's very flattering.
How about I buy some drinks? Then we consider one of those benches and chat some.
Well, alright. It's not quite the same as resting at a cafe, but it sounds delightful in its own way.
Small talk. I never thought of it that way.
It's my own personal interpretation. That said, I didn't take you for the type to have such a deep knowledge of the arts. I'm truly impressed.
Maybe so, but I could never compare to you. Your wisdom of the field goes far beyond your years as an instructor.
Please, you flatter me. I have to admit, I didn't expect to have such a lively conversation with you about the arts. Do you have conversations like this with Lady Aurelia often?
Well, I'll be lying if I said we haven't had our share of meaningful conversations. We haven't had the time to talk together like this in some time. My apologies for bringing this up so suddenly, Lady Mary. But were you truly shocked when you realized I was the one here for you today?
Well, yes, though you don't have to apologize. The way I responded back at the estate was unbecoming, and I'm sorry for that.
I've fully gathered my thoughts on the situation now, and have a better understanding of your true intentions. You do now, huh? Having gotten the advice you gave me on the matters of the heart during the send-off party before the war, if I had to guess, you're doing this to help my family retain its respect. You took this meeting knowing full well how it would end, didn't you? I'm truly sorry for getting you involved in House Althium's internal matters. Not at all. I believe there's a fundamental misunderstanding between us. There has? I spoke with truth when I said I was quite fond of you. Do you think those weren't my true feelings? Pardon? I'm well aware of how you feel towards Makarov. Given that, it might be uncouth of me to confess my feelings to you now of all times. Though, just the same as him, I'm at an age where it's time I really start to consider marriage. Even if there are obstacles in my way, only natural I give the earnest attempt to pursue someone who would be a good fit as my partner. And that someone is me? Yes, and it started on the night of that party. So how wholeheartedly and loyally you cared for Makarov, rational as it may be, that drew me to you. So much that I quietly grew to resent him for making you wait like you have. Couldn't help but think I would never treat you that way. I'm aware of confessing these feelings now will only increase the burden that's weighing on you. But I couldn't simply give up. I'm a stubborn old man who let his pride get in the way. I'm sorry, Lady Mary. I can only imagine how confusing this must be for you. Nevertheless, I want you to understand that my feelings are genuine. Is he serious? But if you still don't believe me, then there's somewhere I'd like to have you accompany me. Would you do the honor? Would you do me the honor? Boutique Chardin.
Were you referring to Chardin Boutique? But why here?
Because there's something I'd like to get for you, if it's alright. Consider it as a testament just to how sincere my feelings are.
I don't know what to say to that. I can't possibly reciprocate, even if your feelings are sincere. Makarov is the one
And I said I'm well aware that what I'm doing is rather unrefined and possibly even unreasonable. All that I ask is that you hear me out. Get the sense there's something about your and Makarov's relationship that is still in doubt.
That's because it's not necessarily wrong. Father picked up on that too. That's why he's been so concerned.
That look on your face tells me you're aware of this as well. All the more reason I can't simply back down. It's a little bit of a dick move by him, slightly. Unless this is going to be some double twist here at the end.
What's this?
I knew a ring would be a bit too sudden, but I hope you can accept this. What is presented Mary with a stunning corsage.
Is this a Marguerite corsage?
That's right. In the language of flowers, it means true love. It represents my feelings towards you.
True love?
I ask that you consider social standing as two people that both come from noble houses. I'm the only son of a baron, but I have an accomplished military career under me. This seems to be enough to satisfy Count Althium. As a man, I'm confident I can make you happy. Given direction things have gone since the war, I suspect the next era will be a trying one for the nobility. Our house could support one another through it if we were together.
I suppose that's true.
It's alright, I'm not asking for an immediate answer. My only hope today is for us to get to know each other better. I know that's how unreasonable it would be to expect an answer so soon. Think we should end things here. I'll come for your answer tomorrow. Yeah, one fucking day, mate. I hope you think carefully about who the best partner for you really is. Well, I'll take my leave for now. I'll be looking forward to good news.
How did it come to this? What do I tell Makarov? The best partner for me? How do I truly feel?
Who knows? Tales of the heart. Bum bum bum. And so, the following day. Is though the two of you... Oh, unless she was ringing Aurelia to bust in and be like, hey, you're mine, you dickhead. It sounds as though the two of you had quite the productive day yesterday. I understand you asked us here because there's something you want to say. What is it? Could it be you have agreed to accept a major... Where is it gone, Jamaican? Could Good it be you've agreed to accept the Major General as a suitor. I'm ready for your answer if you are, Lady Mary.
Very well. I spent all of last night giving it a serious consideration to my response. While I'm incredibly flattered and grateful for your feelings, Lord Wallace, I'm afraid I cannot return them.
Are you certain?
Oh dear.
Might I ask why?
It's rather simple. Because I am in love with Makarov.
Are you really?
Yes.
Forgive me for being rude, but are you sure that love is real?
Of course I am.
In that case, could I ask you to explain your feelings to us? I need to hear ample reason why I could never win your heart the way he has.
If I'm being honest, I don't know how to explain it to myself. Would starting at how Makarov and I first met suffice? Go on.
This is a good opportunity for me to learn as well. Please continue, Mary.
I was a naive shelter girl when I was first hired by Thors. I didn't know whether I was cut out for teaching. My first days were full of stumbles, and I felt as though I was always causing problems for my colleagues. I recall Makarov in particular being rather cold. I even considered him frightening. But as I interacted with him more and more, I came to know his true character. At first glance, he can seem slovenly and come across aloof. But the truth that he was watching over me more than anyone else. Makarov was giving me help and advice in his own nonchalant way. That is to say, he wasn't giving me special treatment. It was simply who he was. And as the days passed, I began to respect him for it even without realizing it. Even grew fond of his heartwarming relationship he holds with his niece, Mint. And then after the Civil War ended, my feelings became all too clear to me. It wasn't just respect I felt towards him.
Isn't that something? But why him of all people?
Father, does a 10-year age gap difference in social standing bother you all that much? I don't believe any of that matters when it comes to matters of the heart.
I mean, it slightly does. The age thing is a difficult thing to fucking navigate, man. Anyway, well...
I understand that I'm a sheltered woman who lacks enough life experience to lecture anyone on the matters of the heart.
It's very different from my voice for her.
But I believe in my heart that my love for Makarov is true, and I wish to make our love come true. And so, I must apologize. Perhaps it would be better if we forgot this arrangement was ever proposed.
So that's how it is. I see how deep your feelings for Makarov run now.
Then, does that mean you...
You feel that strongly about him, Mary?
How could any of us deny it after hearing all that?
Yes, Mr. High Arms.
I would urge you not to be so hasty, Lady Mary.
That voice, is it?
I was wondering where you were.
Please pardon my intrusion, Lord High Arms, Count Altheon. I understand an arranged marriage is being discussed today. It's only right for me to drop here and to drop what I was doing to come straight here. Whatever do you mean? You in favor of this arranged marriage, your ladyship? That I am. But why? I cannot deny your feelings for Makarov are genuine, Lady Mary. However...
Right, it's still a matter of how Makarov himself feels. Can recognize that you do indeed love him, but what if the love is unrequited?
His tone is so much more serious than before. I assure you this isn't the case. I know he feels the same way about me. If that's the case, then why is it you two haven't been seeing each other as much as of late? Do not leave behind and take his research to the branch campus hangar. He's been in leaves, but that's because this important project Makarov has no choice but to finish. You don't sound very sure of yourself, Lady Mary. Cannot deny the two of you share a genuine bond. But could the same not become true of yourself and Wallace? I've known this man since we were students. Never once has he let me down. He always met my expectations and lent his support. As a noble, a soldier, and a comrade. He directed the loyalty to someone he loved. I have no doubt he would devote himself to them. He would never leave your side and keep you waiting. He would live up to your expectations and become a better partner to you than Makarov ever could. Something tells me you suspect that as well.
Ma, even Colonel Green recognizes what kind of man the Major General is. I understand how sincere your feelings are, Mary. All I want for you is to choose a partner who prioritizes your happiness above all else. This is my only wish as your father.
I know, Father, but I can't possibly change how I feel so easily. So what can I say to them? Makarov and I...
Now hold your horses.
Damn. Already a blatantly
If
brought in.
anybody's gonna be by Mary's side, it should be me.
Makarov? Looks like we made it in the nick of time. What a shame. I was hoping to see what would happen if you took longer.
You can be a real bully sometimes, you know that. What are these? Well.
Splendid. Is it a machine I've been hearing so much about? The new solder that you've been developing with the aid of Swarzer and the others, is it finished?
Yeah, even got Professor Smith to acknowledge it is my capstone project. So it'll be a while before it's announced to the public, so keep this secret. But now it's done, nothing's stopping me from standing by your side. I'll follow you a man worthy of you.
Oh, Makarov.
Worthy, eh? A little ironic when you say. Your project is what kept her waiting, and led you to interrupting an arranged marriage proposal in the first place. I'm not going to make any excuses. What I do know is I could never call myself a man again if I didn't stop what was happening. I know that I half-assed some important things in my life, but when it comes to a lot of things in my... I know I half-assed some important things when it comes to a lot of things in my life. Weird translation. I always shooting myself in the foot, be it with research or Mary. But she loves me for who I am. I've gone to her father's voice. And better yet, she's the most devoted person I've ever met. I'm not just talking about our relationship. Mary is everything I lack. She's the other half I've been missing. She's also the most beautiful and charming woman I've ever met.
Goodness,
And now that scared me, doubted myself. Maybe older than her, but hardly any more experienced when it comes to love and all that. Do I even desire to be with her? More importantly, can I make her happy? When I heard about this pseudo business, for a brief moment thought it was for the best. I simply lack confidence in myself. Deep down, I know producing results with my research was only an excuse. But now I have what it takes to harden my resolve. I'm not gonna deceive Mary or myself anymore. Sorry, Major General, but I'm not letting you or anyone else have her. I don't care about a difference in social standing, how decorated you are, if you're better suited for her than I am. Nothing's gonna change how I feel about her.
Makarov, you tell him.
Well, when you put it like that, if you feel that strong about Lady Mary, I humbly concede. That look in your eye tells me everything I need to know. I won't stand in your way. Well, it's a very heartfelt speech, but are you sure this is what you want, Mary?
I am, Father.
Well, that's all well and good, but I do believe everyone gathered today to see a marriage be arranged. You wouldn't want to disappoint them. If you're going to resolve, then why don't we make it official? What? Agreed, I think it'd be an entertaining way to close out the afternoon. What do you think, Lady Hyams, Count Altheum? Of course. I suppose there's nothing else to do at this point.
You've got this, Uncle.
Is he gonna kneel?
I'm not a perfect man. I'm still immature in a lot of ways, and I know I can be a handful at times. But I know there's nothing we can't beat, so long as we hold on to the love we have for one another. You're someone I need in my life, Mary. So, please, will you marry me?
Oh, Makarov. Of course I will. Nothing would make me happier.
Cute.
I really do appreciate your concern and help through all of this.
Sorry about all the fuss, your lordship. No need to apologize. I'm grateful I've had the chance to see something so wonderful today. Don't mention it. Something tells me it would have worked out between you two even without the theatrics. Oh, and about the Margaret Corsage I gave you yesterday. Consider it an engagement gift from me to the both of you. Does this mean you planned Lord Wallace, does this mean you planned for all of this from the beginning? How am I supposed to top that? I'm sure you have plenty of opportunities. The General sure did take me for a ride, though. Whatever do you mean? Wallace was the one who requested my help, but after reflecting on it, I thought it'd be more interesting to set him up with you. And I wouldn't mind arranging it for it again. Should Sir Makarov here fail to meet my expectations, I'll pass on the incurring wrath, thanks. You really are something else, you know that.
Pardon me if I'm being too presumptuous, Wallace, but perhaps it's time for you to take a step forward?
You got me there.
Want to tell us what's so funny?
Pipe down, keep your nose out of other people's business for once.
Come on! You two wouldn't have gotten together in the first place if it weren't for me. She's not wrong. I owe a lot to Mint for pushing us together a few years ago.
Sure, don't go encouraging her. That's a slippery slope. But I guess I owe it to you for coming with me today. Meant a lot.
More like it. You're very much welcome. Geez, how many times do I have to tell you to be more earnest about your feelings?
Don't let it get to your head, kid. Regardless, today has been a joyous day, would you say? As long as you're here, could I interest you in joining us for dinner? We can all begin the wedding planning over drinks. That sounds great. I'll be happy to. Shall we be off then?
People have a way of defying expectations, don't they?
Lady Mary was certainly surprised, but I also didn't expect Sir Makarov to fight so valiantly. You know what you mean. Maybe I could learn a thing or two from him.
From the sound of it, you were courting her with everything you had.
I know how to believe it was all just a performance. Who can I say? Anyway, Lady Aurelia, you have some spare time. Would you care to cross blades with me?
After a practice duel, are you?
It's been a while since we last did battle.
Very well, on the condition that it'd be on horseback.
Are you sure?
Why not? I'm feeling nostalgic for the duel we had in our academy days. It's the memories that I could never forget.
My only regret is that there was no victor. Do you really consider it a draw? The president of the riding club and you were fresh-faced first year. You may as well have won.
Not at all. I've never been satisfied with that result.
I don't want to admit defeat. We really do have a phenomenal first year on our hands. So the victor goes to spoils. Since you won, you can make one request of me as the club's president. What do you desire?
I don't believe this to be a true victory, though I will answer your question even if it was a draw.
Little tiny Aurelia.
My goal is to demonstrate the potential of the sword, and to do so, I am to become the commander-in-chief of the world itself. Should Alias allow that to pass, then my wish is for you to support me as my right-hand man.
That day really takes me back. In respect to that was probably where it all began.
Huh? Why the smirk?
Nothing, just thinking of this as a good opportunity. I'll face you with everything I have, so that this duel's outcome will be more to your liking.
Will you now? I should be the one telling you that.
I have no intention of losing here, Sir Wallace Bardius.
I can't remember the last time you were so formal to me. But enough talk. Prepare yourself, Aurelia Le Guin.
Cute. Two cute love stories. Mr. Lubba Lubba. Cute. 100 Mirror, True Storm Bell. And a nice little way to say, if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. We're going to get one for Mint as well. I'm curious, character don't know. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on... Where am I going here? I'm going here. Character, Thor's Network. True Swordsman. Lily's the younger swordsman and only driving his keeper for this. We already knew about this already. Is there like an extra? There is an extra area. Nice. Marriage. True feelings. There's McBurn here, so there's probably going to be a McBurney one at some point. Interesting. Let's forget Toval danger to her. Of course he is. Right. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time, where we'll probably be taking on the 7th Sanctum. See you guys then.